Hey everyone, Top Trader Michael here again. And today I want to talk about CrowdStrike. I think I see them as one of the leading edge AI companies that's been overlooked, especially recently. And I think that their play in cybersecurity goes unmatched. They protect businesses from getting hacked, and what makes them a real difference is that they do everything cloud based and they're powered by AI. They have a platform called Falcon, which basically acts as a real time defender. It's constantly monitoring threats, stopping attacks, and learning as it goes, which is huge. If you think of how recursive AI works, and you launch a cyber attack against someone, and now they're able to identify how that cyber attack looked, they can make changes to their security posture based off of it, and they can actually protect now other companies from being attacked by that same type of attack because they've already seen it and they already know what it looks like and how to identify it. So that's why I really like CrowdStrike. I really like their approach. I think that a lot of people are missing that as AI becomes more adopted, it actually allows certain hackers to be more sophisticated and launch more sophisticated attacks against bigger companies. But as the AI cybersecurity learns to defend itself better, that's actually the back and forth. And you want to be on the defensive end. And with CrowdStrike, you can be on the defensive end. And as even more companies give up data to AI and allow the machine learning models to have their data, there's so much more critical infrastructure at stake, so much more information that can be obtained from a successful hack of some of these databases that CrowdStrike is going to be even more necessary to securing some of these companies and their data. So when we look today, the stock was down about 4%, as you can see here. And it was due to news, I guess, has something to do overall with the general sentiment of the impact of CrowdStrike and the current war effort between the US and Iran. Because as information is hard to identify and it's hard to streamline, and you can't even in the military, people are having a difficult time identifying the truth from opinions and bad actors from their true chain of command. This misinformation age is very significant, and the main point here is that they came up with this new integration with Nvidia, and it actually sped up their accuracy and detection response, which is huge for the AI community and protecting cybersecurity as a whole. So it's actually good news. And as more companies start using AI agents, someone has to secure those systems. So again, CrowdStrike. Now, when I looked into the fundamentals of it, I see that some interesting things are happening. So first off, their market cap is just under 110 billion, which is a medium-sized company, especially in this current age. It's about a 40th the market cap of Nvidia, so that's something to consider. But my point is that there's just a lot of room to grow. Uh, Revenue coming in at 5 billion ish. But they're not making any money. It seems like their net income was negative. Their earnings per share on the basic level is negative, and they have about 250 million shares. So when I looked into this deeper, and I actually pulled up their reports, I looked at their statement of operations, and here this fiscal year ending in 2026, we see that essentially they made their 4.8 billion, and then they lost 3.8 billion to total operating expenses, which is a standard coverall term for your operating expenses. But as you dive into it, you can see from 1 through 6 they give you the footnotes. So when I check out one footnote 1, and again this is that we'll go 3.9 billion dollars here. When I go to footnote 1 here, includes stock-based compensation expense and related employer payroll taxes as follows in thousands. And we see 2026, and we're at the 1.1 million, and that's in thousands, so 1.1 billion. So essentially, they spent 1.1 billion dollars on compensation for their employees, which is a pretty reasonable thing to do in my opinion. And it was actually more expensive because the stock had been doing well. Because here you can see it. I mean, it's been down. It's been down a bit lately here for sure, but from the start of the year till now, it's definitely gone up. And you can see even so. This is some background on CrowdStrike. Here, this point in time was back when they released an update to a Microsoft operating system, essentially, and it bricked them. And all the airlines, not all of them, but several of the airlines were unable to run their normal procedures, and they blamed CrowdStrike. Whether or not it was actually their fault is more of a legal discussion, but they blamed CrowdStrike, and as a result, their stock went down, and it made a quick recovery. But when we look at the current prices, we're pretty close to where it was back in 2024. So it seems like it'd be reasonable that all the things that we've seen in the past year and a half with AI, that this company would actually have a greater outlook, and especially with the increased AI adoption and the fact that they're literally an AI cybersecurity company, both protecting AI infrastructure and you literally utilizing AI to do their accomplishments. So when you take a step back, this isn't just a cybersecurity company. It's a company sitting right at the intersection of the AI, the cloud, and the enterprise security as a whole. And that's honestly the kind of business that I'm interested in for a long time. So long term, I'm looking that it's going up. Short term, it could go down some more, and I would just buy some more. I really like this stock. I believe in their long term. And again, these short term expenses of general administrative, giving stock to employees, and various compensations is not a concern of mine, especially when you look at their free cash flow going forward, which we can see here, and then this their debt levels don't really concern me at all. They're making a ton of money. Earnings per share, I mean, on average, are increasing. So it's definitely going to be something to watch. Personally, I think that it'd be a good buy, but for entertainment purposes is why I'm giving this coverage. This isn't strictly financial advice for anyone. Thanks for watching.